I've never pretended to understand time zones, and I stick by it. I feel like this podcast has too many British people on it, so I try and get Americans on it, but they're always
too many British people.
It's too many British people!
You bloody horrible lot! Is Mike coming as well?
I didn't see him online.
We can add 2 points to our diversity agenda if we put him in.
No, we can't.
Yeah, we can.
No, we can't.
Yeah, we can.
Yo.
Hello, Happy Man.
Joe.
Hey, Happy. Willie, are you going to introduce him as Happy Man or Willie Shambler?
Do whatever you want.
That's Fred, then.
Hey, Fred.
Introduce me as Hank, how about that?
Hank.
No.
Why not, man?
Introduce him as Hank instead.
Yeah, you should.
I think Shiny is coming. She should be home, now.
Yes.
Imminent play.
No, she said she would be here at Hay Past.
Hey, past. Sans, you've been up north for a little too long.
What? No, I haven't. I've not been up north for long enough.
Hey, Shiny.
Hello, Shiny.
It's a Shin. Hello.
Konnichiwa.
Oh, this ne.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Konospexida.
God, why do I always end up doing a racist Japanese accent when I'm around you people?
It's like
because I'm racist.
I'm keeping that
the
in,
answer.
though. I'm always going to have that. That's going to be the constant sort of... That's like a theme that runs through podcasts.
It's not a racist Japanese accent if you're actually just talking Japanese, you know.
Yeah, but
he's not.
I put it on thick, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I could just go Konospexida, but I go Konospexida. Ohayou
you got a point.
He's still doing it.
I'm still doing it.
Hello and welcome. That's right. Rock me, baby. Baby. Rock me, baby. Baby. That's right.
Yeah, well, so I'll do the sort of intro, and then we'll talk about nothing.
This is the Pocket Master Manual.
This is the Pocket Master Manual.
Here with Crystallis178 joining us at last.
At last.
We have Moogle Pies.
Hello.
We have Shiny.
Hello.
We have Specros.
It's short for specifications. Why'd you introduce me with the cross?
Because you said that was your name now.
I've memed myself into a hole. Specs.
Like always. And finally, what was I going to call him? Fred.
Hello.
He's a new person on the podcast. He's a real fun guy.
It's interesting, really, because you know that his name's not actually Fred, because I introduced him alphabetically last.
Exactly.
Red. Z.
I've rebranded to Willie Chandler. I'm not really sure why, but...
Zoop. Because you were never a happy man.
That's true. Actually, that's exactly why. But...
Specs, you do a thing first, because I've got a giant 30-page long document full of every segment I've ever come up with for the podcast, and it's really long.
Okay, so I've got a few things prepared. We can do connections if you want. I've got news if you want. What do you want me to do?
I want to talk about a post that I found on Reddit's relationships subreddit that I want to read to you now. My mate Joe sent me this, and I think it's probably the best thing I've ever read. Feel free to interrupt me if you're feeling incredulous. So, the post begins, I, 27M, am getting jealous of my wife's, 27F, fictional crush. My wife is obsessed about a video game character and may as well be mentally dating him. This isn't a joke. I seriously need help. The story begins approximately 2 or 3 years ago when I introduced my wife to a video game I was playing. Prior to this, my wife hadn't really been interested in video games. Even though I'd asked her to play with me and offered to buy a game, she seemed disinterested. But as soon as a certain character showed up, she immediately pointed to him and went, "Ooh, who's that?" Suddenly, she wanted to know everything about the character, what role he played, what the game was about, and if she could play after I was done. And thus began my one-sided rivalry with Big Boss. Ever since that day, my wife lives and breathes Big Boss. She's constantly showering me with trivia about him, what she finds interesting or attractive about him, and talking non-stop about general Metal Gear lore. She's played every single Metal Gear game she could get her hands on, and our conversations are dominated by her observations and thoughts on them. And of course, because she's an artist, there is fan art. So much fan art. I'm not gonna lie, at first it was pretty cool. She was always disinterested and vaguely disdainful of me playing video games, so it was awesome to see her jumping into a hobby that I loved. She actually apologized to me over dinner one day, saying that she had never understood why I liked video games so much, but after playing some herself, she finally got the appeal. We pooled money together to buy a better TV. I bought her a gaming PC for her birthday. She cried out with joy. She got us matching video game t-shirts. She bought me cool new games. She started playing other games that I recommended as well. My friends told me how jealous they were because my wife was so cool and played video games with me. And for the next few years, we raved over cool new games that came out, bitched about the bad ones, spent our evenings playing video games, and had a hell of a good time. And throughout all of this prevailed Big Boss. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little jealous when my wife jumped into her crazy crush on Big Boss phase, but when she started picking up different games, I thought it was something that she would move on from. I mean, there are lots of other good-looking guys in games, right? But her love for Big Boss was pure, and it only grew bigger as she started playing other games. This protagonist wasn't as manly as Big Boss. This character was too superficial. This one wasn't good-looking enough. At the end of the day, she was still drawing weirdly flattering pictures of Big Boss and writing stories where she would somehow bump into him and fall madly in love. Now, I'm not one to complain about a harmless fictional crush. I had my own imaginary affair with Sylvanas back in the day. But I guess what bothers me is how much my wife's relationship with Big Boss leaks into real life. She posts her art and writing onto fan websites and asks me to proofread or critique her stuff. And I have to admit, it does make me crazy jealous. She's never drawn or written about us in cute couple situations, but suddenly she's portraying herself as being in a relationship with Big Boss. We don't have any pictures of us around the apartment, but her side of our gaming room is plastered with Big Boss or Metal Gear posters. She freaking talks about him in her sleep. She's asked if we can do sexy stuff while role-playing as Big Boss and Raiden. Keep in mind that I'm what you would find on the first page of Google Images if you looked up, haha, what a fucking nerd. I don't have the cool eye patch or buff chest or badass attitude. I weigh barely more than my wife, still can't grow a full beard, and only learned yesterday that it's easier to put on socks before pants. I love my wife, I really do. I love how she gave video games a chance and is supportive of my hobbies. I love how she puts so much passion into her art. I love how compassionate and romantic she is with me and Big Boss. I just can't help but feel like I'm second best to a video game character, and I've actually dreamed of situations where somehow she runs into Big Boss while coming home from work and just elopes with him. Now, I get that this is probably a me problem, but I have no idea how to even approach it. I don't want to flat out tell her that I'm jealous of Big Boss because, well, I don't want to come across as a controlling freak and possibly ruin video games for her. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like I've been sharing the last few years of my marriage with a fictional character.
I'm impressed.
The thing I'm most wondering about is when she wanted him to do Big Boss and Raiden roleplay, like, was he Big Boss and she was Raiden? Or was he Raiden and Big Boss in, like, both situations? Like, it was on two separate occasions? I'm just wondering how that worked. Like,
I assume
who
that
got
she
to
would be
who?
Raiden, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm wondering if it's actually Solid Snake talking about Kojima.
What?
Because Kojima loves Big Boss more than he loves the protagonist of his own series at the end of the day. He really does.
You saying this is some kind of meta commentary?
It's meta commentary.
I'm not
about
sure
Kojima.
if I believe that.
I feel like there would have been some kind of reference to the falling out between Kojima and Konami if there was.
Yeah, maybe.
Even if just a metaphor.
No one who posts on Reddit is smart enough to make a subtext
That's
like
also
that.
true.
No, that's true.
Do you think this is a true story, though?
Well,
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I feel like it's got enough details in it that makes me think, well, if it was made up, it's clearly a work of art rather than the simple sort of shitpost.
I think it's based on a true story.
But embellished.
Featuring the motion captured performance of Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks.
Probably mostly true. Maybe some details are made up to make the story sound better. But no, I believe it.
I don't know why you would embellish a story that makes you sound bad.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I bet this is an actual problem for some people, though.
Is it
Like-
always Big Boss?
It's not always Big Boss, but like if I think about all the like people who Zexu has as like husbandos, like that she's always fawning over and buying body pillows of, like that's gotta annoy Flex. I should ask him, really. I should find out if there's trouble in their relationship
I
due
think
to her
it's-
fictional crushes.
I think it's completely believable. Like, definitely.
We're millennials, right? We don't love real people. Isn't that how it works?
Exactly. You fall in love with an idealized version of someone who doesn't possibly exist. It makes complete sense.
Yeah, and that's why we don't have normal relationships anymore.
Yeah.
Specs, when I was your age, I had a summer job that paid 2 cents an hour. And I was able to buy a house when I was 14 years old.
He got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, having gone to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I cycled
Walked
uphill.
50 miles
The ground was just entirely made of
on a
salt.
60-degree incline
I lived down in a salt mine. I had to cycle out of it.
up to a volcano, constantly erupting.
Were you betrothed at the age of 3 years old
To what?
To me.
Big Boss.
Yes.
to Big Boss?
Shit, what was his name again? Somebody help me out here.
Who?
Only you
What
can
name
help
have
yourself.
I given Wooly?
Fred.
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 To Fred.
Betrothed to Fred at 3 years old.
Alright. What's the next segment?
Specs, you do one.
I can do news if you want. Ryan Reynolds is going to be playing Detective Pikachu in the Detective Pikachu movie, and he's going to be providing motion capture for
Lovely.
Pikachu.
God.
Pika Man.
Lovely.
Pika Man up in here.
I've got to say, Ryan Reynolds does actually have comedic timing, which surprised me, because I never imagine normal-looking people or, like, attractive people having, like, comedic timing. I imagine British people or ugly people having it.
Are you saying British people are in the same basket as ugly people? They
Yes.
are the equivalent.
The international equivalent,
The
yes.
Venn diagram's a circle.
Oh God.
Well, Crystalis, you're doing better than us on the look scale, at least. You two happy. Wooly.
Wait,
I know.
I am?
Yeah,
Fred.
clearly. You're not British.
My problem is that, you know, when Specs drew his own face as like a rectangle with hair coming out of it
Yeah.
in MS Paint, well, I've forgotten what his actual face looks like, and that has entirely
That's what it looks
subsumed my mental picture.
That's what it looks like.
Of Specs' appearance.
It
So-
is kind of what I look
It was a
like.
photograph. That
you're-
wasn't a drawing.
Mentally, you're like a bar of soap. Not in a bad way.
Being cut.
All right, let's do news. So the way we're doing news nowadays is I'll give you some sort of headline and you can tell me if we want to talk about it. I call this segment Who Gives a Shit. So if you want to talk about it, tell me I give a shit, Specs. Right, we've got some film announcements. So Demolish It Derek 2 has been announced.
What? Oh, Wicked Wrath. Yeah, sure.
Demolish it, Terry.
Demolish it, Derek.
What's wrong with that?
Break It Biff.
Destroy it, Dave.
I'm not having this.
Eviscerate It Eric.
I can't think of any more.
There's so many. Annihilate it, Adam.
Stomp It Stephen.
Crush it, Carl.
Enough of that. There's a Slender Man movie being announced.
Get the fuck out of here.
There's a
Now-
Five Nights at Freddy's movie being
Oh,
announced.
that's
No,
been
no, no.
announced for
That's
ages.
surprising to me.
You know, there was a Slender movie before that was called Marble Hornets, but
Oh,
it was
that was good.
it was
Yeah.
nothing to do with Marble Hornets, and it wasn't nearly as good
It
as
wasn't a
Marble
movie
Hornets.
either. That was a YouTube series.
No. There was a YouTube series called Marble Hornets that was actually really good, and then they
Yeah.
made a movie called Marble Hornets that didn't have anything to do with Marble Hornets and was
Oh.
terrible.
Oh, I love
That's
the
a
YouTube
shame.
series. I
Yeah, the
got the
YouTube
Blu-ray
series is
from the
really good.
Kickstarter and everything. They're
I
awesome.
actually have it on DVD. Yeah, that's right. I bought a DVD of it.
Can you bring
Oh.
it to the meetup? We can watch it.
No, because it's in shrink wrap.
It's also really, really long to watch altogether. Like the first entries are pretty short, but once you get into the third season, like
It's
he
good.
brought food.
Christos, I've never heard you talk.
Ever?
No, I
I'm
don't
sure
think so.
I've heard him talk.
You remind me of an American Rusty.
No, don't say that.
No, I'm not being mean. I'm just like, he sounds a little bit. He has the same kind of intonation almost.
Hold on,
but
are you
not-
saying comparing someone to Rusty is mean?
I'm trying to remember what Crystallis used to stream.
Mario
Crystallis.
64.
No.
It's been a long time since the Crystallis stream.
We'll get
Alright.
you back.
For some reason, you said Crystallis, and I immediately started thinking of Journey to Silius.
That game's fucking awesome.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Isn't that aren't they both Natsume joints?
Maybe.
Crystallis and Journey to Silius? Alright.
That's a video game I remember.
Wasn't
you see.
Crystallis SNK?
Yeah, it's SNK, you're right. Alright, moving on.
There's also a Sleeping Dogs movie being announced.
Who's making these things? On what basis?
Video games make good
But,
movies,
like-
Moogle.
I
Sleeping
told
Dogs is an homage to Hong Kong action movies to
I was
begin
gonna
with, so why
say-
why would you make a movie about the homage?
because it's an existing property. Yeah.
Did Sleeping Dogs even sell well?
Yeah, it did really well.
Oh, okay.
Got like a Game of the Year edition, although what doesn't these days?
I told some friends of mine that the Phoenix Wright movie is the only good video game movie, and
I
they were
would
like,
agree.
nah.
Well, what do they say instead?
Someone mentioned the Mortal Kombat movie.
No.
God, why? You
No,
No
it's not
fucking way.
good.
can always have Street Fighter, of course.
I like Street Fighter.
Yeah, they said the Street Fighter
Quick,
movie as
change
well.
channel!
Mortal Kombat isn't. Street Fighter is funny, but it's like Phoenix Wright is a legitimately good movie.
I agree, yeah. I'm still waiting for a good video game movie.
Well, maybe you'll have one with John Cena as Duke Nukem in the
Please.
Duke Nukem movie.
Yes, please. Yes,
That
please.
that just doesn't. I cannot buy John Cena as Duke Nukem.
Can you?
Why?
Could
No.
you buy Brock Lesnar as Duke Nukem?
No,
No, his voice is way too.
His
I
voice
think-
is not correct, no.
he doesn't have the right character.
Well,
no, I
this is
think
why
if he-
people
if he
act.
gets the hair right, like the fucking flat top and stuff, then it might look alright, I think.
Well, no, the look he could do, but like character. I don't feel like Brock Lesnar's an actor.
No, I don't either.
I don't feel like Duke
What are you
Nukem is a
talking about?
character
He
that
was
I'd
in
write
Guardians of the Galaxy.
that I'd write an entire movie about.
No, he's not that.
Given that
interesting.
he's like a paper-thin
It's-
parody of action movie protagonist.
Yeah.
It's 70 minutes of him pissing,
Yes.
and then
No,
the
that's
other
fair.
the other 25 is just those ones that run at you screaming, and that's it.
That's Serious Sam.
Wait, that.
That's serious Sam. Same shit.
No, you don't piss
Yeah,
in
it's the same-
serious
it's the same
Sam.
shit. It's the same shit.
It's literally the same shit.
Duke
Is this not a
Nukem-
postal movie?
Duke
Oh,
Nukem,
wait.
you take a turd out of the toilet and like smear
Duke
it.
Nukem, you
God.
pee to, is it like you pee to save or something? Or something
Oh,
else?
maybe.
That's No
yeah,
More Heroes.
maybe.
That's not
oh,
here,
shit,
but
is it?
you can piss in the newest.
You can piss.
Yes, you can.
How
Yes.
can
But-
you piss?
How can she piss?
Whereas in Serious Sam, what happens is you wander into another actually identical desert-themed room, and then the same monsters that you've been fighting for 40 minutes spawn, and then you kill them.
I like the screaming things.
Yeah, they are cool.
I like the anti-piracy measure. That always
Okay.
pleases me.
Question. If you could adapt one video game into a movie, which one would you adapt?
Oh,
Why would
You
I
have
want
to
to
make-
do that?
You
Why
have
would
to
I-
make a good... No, right, you've got a gun to your head, and the Hollywood executive says, you have to make a good movie, or we'll murder you.
Metal Gear.
And then
There's-
they
No.
roll a cigarette from one end of their mouth to another.
Metal
and
Gear would
grin
be a
Why would I
sinisterly.
do that
Is-
when
is
the
the-
perfect video game movie already exists and it's called Resident Evil Degeneration?
I don't believe that you
I
mean
knew
that.
that was coming. I knew it was coming.
Or do you actually believe
Yeah.
that?
Is
I'm
the
sorry,
movie
believe
going to be
that.
good, or is it just going to be a movie?
It's
It
got to
has
be good.
Now the thing is, am I personally writing and directing?
I'd say you can if you want to.
Oh,
Okay, I
then it's
won't.
going to be bad if I do it.
Can I cheat and just say Batman Arkham Asylum? Because that would make a good movie.
No, you
Make a fine
can't.
movie.
I got a good one. Shen movie.
Oh no.
Ah,
I think Shenmue would work as a movie.
Shenmue 5 is just gonna be... It's gonna be awful.
What? Why not
Good.
Shenmue 4?
Shenmue 3.
No, Shenmue 3 will be the good one, and then they'll try and make more because it's successful after the
Roman numerals
Kickstarter.
are wasted on you people.
Wait,
Yeah.
what
Oh,
was...
Shenmue!
That's funny.
Awful.
Wasted. I'm
Good
wasted
job.
here.
I should have caught
No.
on to that. This is the
You
new
should have.
adaptation of the cross meme, to be
I'll
fair.
fucking waste
You
you
see?
piece of shit.
Shenmue.
Go fucking punch a duck.
Brilliant. Oh, Dick Smallwood as a movie, of course. Dick Smallwood as a movie would be X-rated.
Jurassic
It-
Park Trespasser, the
Oh
movie.
god.
No, because Jurassic Park: The Lost World is already terrible.
It is, yes.
Just fucking Psychonauts. If I get to
Yeah.
pick the director, give Tim Schafer a Psychonauts movie,
Yeah.
Oh, I got
it'd
right.
be decent.
Psychonauts
I don't think that'd work
made,
too well.
made out of that would be great.
I do
No,
like.
What about Claymation?
exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Claymation.
Oh,
Claymation.
sorry.
So it's a brand name that I've substituted for an
think
actual
so.
thing.
Probably.
I'm very sorry. I'll
I do
bleep
a-
that out.
I'd do a Super Mario RPG movie, have it be like live action, and Mario is still a mute.
Have it live
I like
action. Would Bowser be like a guy in a suit?
He'd probably be
Puppet.
motion
long
capture.
Bring back the golden age of puppetry in movies.
Fucking
Yes.
Jim Henson Labyrinth, that shit.
Chris
yeah.
Dallas,
Yeah.
as long as it's canon that Mario gets kissed by both Bowser and Booster at the
I'm
cake
okay
level.
with that. But yeah, we could have Jim Henson Studios do it. It could be like a Muppet production. That'd actually be really good.
I'd
like
watch that. Yeah.
I like Muppets.
Portal would be a good movie.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
No,
It'd be fine.
No.
No.
it would be a good 30-minute short film. It
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
be a
don't think
good
he
yes.
full-length
would though,
film.
because I don't know. I
It
don't
would,
know. I
but
don't
that would
think
be
it
the
would
best.
work.
That would be the format best suited to it. That's not
I
available.
think it's just
Yeah.
it will just make a nice light comedy short for like 20 minutes.
I think Portal is perfect just the way it is.
I agree.
What
Okay.
about Star Fox?
Oh yeah, Star Fox movie. Star Fox fucking dumbass fucking no.
No, that would be terrible.
Okay.
That
But
wow, I can't
would-
believe how much I dislike stuff.
You would.
I just remembered that I played
You know what?
Star Fox with Cats when I went to visit him.
Do you remember Star Fox Adventures?
I have Star Fox
Do
Adventures
you
on
remember
my shelf.
Star Fox, the other GameCube one that was
Yeah.
also a
Yeah.
piece of shit?
Have
Assault.
This, man.
with
They
the
were such pieces of shit.
They're not very good.
with the
Did
Star
you guys
Fox
play
movie.
Star Fox Zero?
Star
Yeah.
Fox Zero we played when we went to Cats, didn't we? When we went to the city of a billion trillion tears.
I don't remember that.
You were drunk.
Okay.
It's not difficult.
With the Star Fox movie, you would be getting the furry dollar, though. All the furries would say
That's true. That is very true.
it's a big dollar.
I think that's pretty much all you need for success these days.
The
Yes.
furry dollar.
Talking animals.
Which Sonic game then?
Shut up.
Which one? Which one? If you're gonna
Just
go
let
down
the-
that rabbit hole,
No, just
you
let
might
the Sonic.
as well fucking.
Just give Sonic Boom a full-length film. There you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sonic
God.
Boom's good.
Oh
I don't know Sonic Boom, but I do know that it has Chris Chan in it. So
God, yes, it
No, it
does.
has a reference to Christian.
It has. It does. It's so good.
It's a very good show.
Why are his arms blue?
He hasn't finished colouring them in yet. Should we move on from
Yes.
video game movies?
Yeah,
So, in other news, Twitch have a fund that they've specifically set up to promote and support female streamers.
Oh, lit.
You want a link?
That's
Yes,
Shiny,
get
you
in
should
there,
get in
Finn.
on those bucks.
Get amongst it. Let's
Get-
fucking go, lad.
Get him.
Get a
Get
grab.
amongst it and stop bullying one another.
Stop bullying one another. So the original applications period's already closed, but there will be another applications period for fall or autumn, as we call it over here. So the Thousand Dreams Fund has decided to support Twitch female streamers. To be eligible for the grant, you must be female and a Twitch affiliated or partnered broadcast. Preference is given to applicants currently enrolled in high school
Fuck's sake.
They want
or
younger
in
streamers.
college and university
I guess they're the ones
placements.
that need like more financial assistance, really.
Yes,
Pretty
and
much.
it's for those who need financial assistance specifically. 2 or more grants of a minimum of £500 to maximum of £2,000 will be awarded each semester, and
It's
it's
dollars.
for dollars. Sorry,
This is going to be
This is
US only,
American.
isn't it?
I don't think it's US only, but it's preference given to US and just for buying equipment and stuff. I find it interesting that I guess it's the Thousand Dreams Fund that's making it happen, really, and they must be a female-centered charity. But it's interesting that someone wants to support just like female streamers. I wonder why it's like. Is it just because streaming's big at the moment?
It's
or
a
what do
big
you think?
business,
Yeah.
It's so that all the female streamers can buy those horrible gaming chairs that everyone seems to own these days.
What do you mean everyone seems to... Oh, who owns a
Everyone
gaming
seems to own those
Bullshit.
horrible chairs.
I'm calling
Professional
you out, Catsman.
streamers do. Professional streamers do.
What's this chair look like?
You know, it's the chair. It's always
It's the
neon
bucket
coloured,
seat.
and it's like really uncomfortable. And Moogle, you have one.
I have one. I have like a cheap off-brand one that was like 150 quid cheaper than an actual one, and it's perfectly comfy. Which
It's
is
not
why I
though,
bought
because
it.
the seat leans outwards, so I feel like you're going to fall off at any moment.
Yeah, and it's got
So-
a load of hidden
Seat
animate
feels outwards, so you feel like you're going to fall off
No,
at any
it
moment.
doesn't have any animage hidden in it because the chair.
That's
wasn't
the
there
other
yet.
chair. That's the other chair.
Yeah, that's the other chair.
Just some fucking chair that looks like it's going to blast off into space.
Correct.
They give you the $2,000 and they're like, you have to buy a
You have
chair
to go to
that,
space.
that is aerodynamic
I
with
actually
this
looked
money.
at this one because you can get it with pink instead of red.
You will buy anything that's pink.
This
I
is
literally
also
will.
true.
The only thing I'm not going to get it though because you can't get the black. You can go white instead of black. If I could get it in pink and white, then it would be good to go.
The
but,
Princess
you know,
Peach chair, the Duchess
Yeah.
Nectarine chair.
Pink gold peach chair.
pink gold peach, exactly.
Pink gold peach chair.
Cancelled though because you can only get it with black with an offset color. So rest in
Pity.
peace.
I actually own quite a lot of pink things because they're always cheaper than other colours.
No, they're not, mate.
Yeah, they are. I got a pink DS for like 30 quid second hand and it's perfect condition.
I don't know. All of my pink things that I bought because they're pink have been more expensive.
Depends on the flavour of pink, but I quite like a pink. I like a hot pink.
There you go,
Yeah.
hot pink.
Like my headset that I have, I bought this one because it's the white and pink
'Cause it's
version.
pink.
It was like £30 more than the black one.
Oh, Jesus. Shiny,
But
you're
you know
heading
what?
for financial ruin.
I'm already in financial ruin,
It's
lad.
fine. The Twitch.
That's all right, you can
streamers
get a
fund will-
grant
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I could get a grant, except I'm too old because, you know, maybe I'll just go back to uni again.
That was
Rip
a
Shiny. She was too young.
mid conversation hiccup, I think.
No, it's just me dying at the concept.
The next news: Sega is teaming up with ex-Quantic Dream, read Heavy Rain and Beyond 2 Souls lead designer for a narrative-led game.
Oh God.
No.
Dream is David Cage, right?
Now, look, I can understand, right? So, David Cage, at some point, he got some money, and he was like, I'll make Indigo Prophecy, and it will be shit. And then he did. And Indigo Prophecy became like a cult game. So Sony were like, oh, this guy made a cult game. Let's give him money. And they did. And he made garbage. And after that, after the second time, they should have been like, wait, let's stop. But they didn't.
But they didn't.
They
Well-
fucking enabled him.
The thing is, it's garbage, but people fucking buy it for exactly that reason.
How much? What
It's
percent
the room
of
all
these,
over again.
this stuff do you think that people buy for irony?
I mean, a lot. A lot. Like, I don't know anyone who's buying it to just play it. I only know people who have got it to play it on the stream because it's hilarious. content.
Zexu buys them to play them.
Oh my god. Well, she likes Kingdom Hearts though, doesn't she?
She does.
Nobody's
True.
perfect.
There are good narrative games you can buy, like.
But they're not funny.
Well,
They
that-
ca-
yeah.
they're so bad that it's hilarious. Like, it's simply just by missing the quick time events, it's just fucking hilarious. And you
I
can just
mean-
do that for hours.
Have you seen the someone modded Heavy Rain so that all the scale of all of the animations are doubled?
Oh,
So
yes, I've seen
when
that.
somebody turns around, their head goes like 360 degrees. It's the funniest fucking thing. Google whatever it was I just said. Look that up. It's amazing.
So
His
it's-
latest came out like last week, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not Beyond, is it?
It's Detroit.
Well, Detroit becomes
Detroit.
human. Detroit.
This isn't really news until something actually comes out about it.
Yeah, it's not actually David Cage who they're working with either. It's
no.
Caroline Marshall.
So it's even
Yeah,
less
but
news.
I can't believe that David Cage would hire anyone competent. Or maybe not. Maybe he accidentally hired someone competent and then he fired them.
Well, if he's trying to hire incompetent people and he is himself incompetent,
Then
wouldn't that mean that
then
he
wouldn't-
accidentally hires competent people?
No, he's trying to hire competent people. He hires
Well, no, he's not, because he
incompetent
wants to make
people.
himself look better in his incompetence by hiring even more incompetent
I
people.
don't
Can you
That's-
stop projecting more intelligence onto David Cage than we have any reason to believe that there is?
Is he French?
French Canadian.
French Canadian, so he's like a Canadian but pretentious.
Christelis, are you Canadian?
No, I'm American. Sorry, I looked up the thing that Catsman was
No,
talking about.
I really want to know why all Canadians hate French Canadians.
Because at heart, non-French Canadians are British and the British hate the French.
Oh, I see.
The British don't really have much of a reason to hate the French, though.
No, we don't, but we still do.
What about
I've heard
Shannon?
My mum really hates the French. Like, she really, like, passionately hates the
It's-
French.
We've been
She's
to war
not
with them a
even,
lot,
like, one of
dude.
those weird Little England type people, but she hates the French.
We went to war with them quite a lot.
We went to war with them
Yeah, like
occasionally.
Hundreds of years ago. But that's not the point. These things
They've
stick
been
around.
our allies quite a lot more than we've
I know,
gone to war
but
with them.
these things stick around.
And they gave us Rayman and the Count of Monte Cristo.
Thank God.
Swedish
Rayman
people
and his
hate
gigantic penis.
Swedish people hate Danish people a lot. We've been at war
Really?
with them a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's a friendly rivalry, but yeah, we say fuck you,
It
Denmark.
sounds like Finnish people hate Swedish people as well, from what
No,
Zexus told
we
me.
love
No.
we love Finnish people though, so that's one-sided.
On a recent anniversary of Finland's birth, Sweden birthday gifted Finland a mountain.
Yeah.
That's
They
nice.
changed the
See,
border.
we like Finland, so if they hate us, that's their problem.
Maybe it's just Zexu.
What do you guys think about the Dutch?
That's all right.
I have no problem with the Dutch. I have Dutch cousins.
Because
have no
I
problem
went
with the
over
Dutch.
to Amsterdam and I was talking to one of the people there at a conference, and they were like, everybody thinks that Dutch people are weird because of like Amsterdam and the red light district and stuff. And I was like, well, I didn't think that, but now I think that everyone thinks that Dutch people are weird because you've told me that.
I feel
Dutch people are
I feel
definitely
kind of
weird.
sorry for the Dutch because everyone thinks Amsterdam is the name of their country and not their capital.
Oh, Netherlands.
Next news. Koizumi, the director of Mario Odyssey, has confirmed that Toad's head is not a hat.
That's what I fucking told you.
Obviously.
I knew it.
I knew it too.
Yeah, everybody knew it.
Was he the
And I-
same person that said that Toad and Toadette are not male and female because Toads don't have a gender?
I think that was
Well, no, they don't have
Miyamoto.
sex.
Was that Miyamoto that
Clearly,
said that?
clearly have a gender because they're Toad and Toadette.
Well,
Like,
So, like-
it doesn't mean that they're male or female, though, is what he said.
no, it doesn't mean
Whoever
they
it
have
was
sex.
that what he said.
So
That's what I'm
here's the
saying.
question. Here's the question. Is the like mushroom bit? What is it? Is it just
Brain.
flesh? Is it like a really like tightly packed like afro?
The brain is in there.
Oh, it's just the head meat.
No,
It's
I
the-
believe it's a hat.
It's called head cheese, I think you'll find.
I don't
Head
think
cheese.
it's. I don't think it's
Like a
made
baby.
out of.
Do you think you can peel it?
I don't think it's
Yes.
made out of mushroom flesh. I think it's synthetic.
We shouldn't
Synthetic?
necessarily take
What is it?
much stock in what Nintendo representatives say, given that Miyamoto once said that he was Bowser Jr.'s mother.
That was
Yeah.
clearly a
What,
joke.
the
though.
Miyamoto was Bowser Jr.'s
Well,
Yeah,
mother.
that's what he's
Yeah,
got on
yeah.
record and said
But-
that.
Miyamoto loves to troll people.
He does, he really
That's all he
does.
I think Miyamoto is now an angry old man who throws chairs.
I hope not.
He flips
He was,
tables.
he was before too.
Well, he was an angry young man who threw chairs.
Oh, that's true.
There was a good article on
He'd make a good
Eurogamer
wrestler.
recently that was an interview with the guys who made the Star Fox on the Super Nintendo, and they said that the only like real interaction they ever got with Miyamoto outside of work was he took them out to a convenience store and he bought chocolate digestive biscuits.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That is
Champion,
awesome,
man.
actually, yeah. They are the best kind of digestive. Actually, no, caramel is the best kind of
I
digestive.
would
I
go-
take that back.
I would go plain chocolate
You have
digestive.
caramel digestives?
We have
They're
caramel.
very
Chocolate digestives with a layer of caramel in between the
They
chocolate
are really
and the digestive.
fucking good, actually.
Good.
That
The
sounds kind of
problem
nasty. I
is,
don't know.
no, they're really nice. The problem is you can only buy like a big tube.
Yeah,
of them,
yeah, and you just
if
eat all of them.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I think they're a little too sweet. A little bit.
One of my friends, and I should tell you right now, if you keep up with these fucking bullshit stories, it's the same guy who owned 100 Pikachus.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
you talk about this guy. Pun.
But he insisted that Toad's name was Mushroom Head. He insisted that his name was Mushroom Head, like the 90s band Mushroom Head. And no amount of like Smash Brothers character select screens or whatever, Mario Kart, could convince him that his name was not fucking Mushroom Head. And it pissed me off.
I think he might have been making a dick joke. I learned today that mushroom head is an American slang for dick.
He wasn't American.
Oh.
Yeah.
My friend used to laugh at the helmet key in Resident Evil.
Helmet is such a normal word, though.
I
Mushroom
fucking
head
know.
isn't.
Fucking
Mushroom
helmet
head
key.
is
Every
not
time I would
common
say,
slang
"Oh, I
where
found the
I'm
helmet
from.
key," he would just giggle. Like, what the fuck? But no, dick jokes.
Moving on, Valve are making games again?
No, they're
Lie.
not.
Bullshit. I
Slander.
don't believe it. Who said so? No one.
I'm not sure. I don't actually have a source for that one, so
No.
that's clearly a
So are we
rumor.
playing,
No,
we're
no,
playing
someone-
Two Truths and a Lie again? What's going on?
No, someone at Valve did say in like a press statement recently that they were going to get back into making games, and we're making games after their fucking dumbass card game.
But why would they do that when they make so much money not making games?
Good question. It's now illegal to put stickers on things that say
Yes!
removing them will void their warranty.
Yes, I love this. This is
Oh,
great.
really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Like the screws that you have to unscrew to take apart like a PS4 or something, they're not allowed to say this voids your warranty if you remove it.
It's like, oh, some trivial fucking thing has broken in my laptop that I can easily fix. And my choice are either break the sticker to do the repairs that should be really easy, or send the thing in and pay like 200 quid or whatever, because they'll just image the hard drive and throw the entire thing in the
Yeah,
garbage,
exactly.
because that's what they do when you send off your computer to get repaired.
That's true.
This is what really annoys me, because my PS4 has been sounding like a jet engine recently. And it's out of warranty now, so it doesn't really matter so much. But if it were in warranty, I'd be fucking pissed. Because all you have to do is just unscrew a couple of bits, take the cover off, and then compressed air in the innards. But can't do that without taking it apart.
I'm still absolutely bemused that several of my friends own phones where you can't put SD cards in them
I
or replace the
refuse to buy
battery.
one. I
I'm
refuse
like,
to buy one.
why did you buy that? They were like, I don't know.
A lot
You
of phones are
fucking-
like that over here.
Like, not being able to replace the battery or the SD card is a deal breaker for me.
I remember when I bought the clock card phone that I owned for like a year, it came with a second battery.
That's good. Considering how fucking quickly they run down these days.
Yeah, but the phone companies don't want you to replace parts. They want you
No,
to
they
buy
want
a
you
new
to replace
phone.
the whole phone, I know.
Mm.
I mean, they can make phones that the screens don't break when you drop them, but they don't because they want people to break their screens so they can either pay to get them repaired or, more importantly, buy a new phone.
Yeah.
I swear to God, right? So I've bought the phone I had before this one was a Wiley Fox Swift, and the one I had before that was a Moto G 2nd Gen. The Wiley Fox Swift came with 1.5 years warranty, and a month after the warranty extended, the charging port broke and it couldn't be repaired. And the Wiley Fox Swift, a month after the warranty, it just stopped starting. I think there's a deliberate conspiracy to make phones break themselves after the warranty period is over.
Have you heard about that light bulb that's in some fireman house? That is
Fireman
called
house.
a firehouse. They're actually called firehouse in America, and it's this light bulb that's just been on continuously for like 10 years or something, and it's one of the things that people point to show that like stuff breaks on purpose because it's manufactured that way.
True, but the only reason that light bulb works is because they never turn it off. If they turned it off, it would break.
Some things are made specifically to last, though. Like, older hard drives had ridiculously low mechanical failure rates because they
Well,
were
that
engineered
was-
that way.
Well, no, it's because they had less data on them, and
And
the
there's
bigger
that
the
as well.
density, you need more platters, and that
But at the
means
end of the
you
day,
have
you've
more
still got
chance
lots of
failure.
moving parts in them.
But I have a computer with a Hitachi Desk Star, which is now almost 20 years old, that still works fine.
So this light bulb is actually 116 years old, burning since 1901.
But if they turn it off, it will break.
Maybe.
Let me buy a ridiculously expensive uninterruptible power supply for my historic light bulb. You know what? I'll keep the light in my bedroom on. Actually, no, I won't, because it's a blue light bulb. Never mind.
Why is it blue?
Stop me injecting.
Wait, what?
He wants to be able to see the green poison properly. I'm developing countermeasures. It does fluoresce under blue light, this is true. I'm developing countermeasures against that soon, so...
That's what he actually does at work.
He actually excretes the poison.
I used to actually, for my work, I used to use a machine that could fluoresce different wavelengths of light. It was for use in checking counterfeit documents and stuff.
Cool.
Sometimes.
Next news, Jagex is shutting down RuneScape Classic.
Oh no! There's a portion of the
Next.
internet that cares.
Okay.
No,
I think-
isn't
oh.
Crystallis in the portion of the
I'm
internet
actively
that cares?
playing RuneScape right now.
Yeah.
I'm actually weighing a pretty good amount on this and have it be relevant.
Go on.
So, anybody here actually played like RuneScape Classic? Like,
I think
from
I
way
played
back
played
when?
RuneScape 2. I
The
don't think I played
original
Classic.
JavaScript version in like 2004. I played that one.
I
It
also
was,
played the original. I was in middle school.
the original
Yeah,
was kind of
Classic was
boring.
around middle school for our age group, I think, and that was like no running, no knees, no music. Combat was a struggle. Training everything was a struggle. It was a time when there weren't really a whole lot of MMOs online. So when RuneScape 2 came out, a lot of people complained saying they didn't want to, accept the change. So they kept Classic servers open. the game developed, and they kept maybe, I think, 1 or 2 classic worlds open, and they'd occasionally open them to like current members of the game to go back and experience what it was like to basically torture yourself in the form of a video game. And now they're making a decision to actively close it, and it's kind of sad to see it go, but mostly feel bad for the community that's actually stuck it out and played the shit out of that and like haven't played anything else like, RuneScape 2 or 3 or old school RuneScape that's come out recently. So it has not aged well at all. It's usually very painful to go back to. Like, I'll log in occasionally, like, let me get a taste of this. Then I'm like, taste is done. Time to leave. It's, I don't know.
There's not really any way to preserve old MMOs. Like, once the servers are shut down, unless the game gets, like, open sourced or something, that's it. The game's gone forever.
People are wanting to try and do that to help keep the communities at least alive in relation to those, but something that they have a lot of problem with is that Jagex says there's a lot of issues with bots being rampant in Classic, but there's tons of botting in Old School, and there's still a fair amount of botting in RuneScape 3, which is their current model game. So to say that, we're just trashing it because, bots, it's like, let's be real. There's 400 people in the world who actively play it, and that's not really enough money and excuse to keep it running. RIP.
What's next? Paladins. The game Paladins has used Overwatch art in advertisement.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I find this funny because, obviously it is a rip-off. It's just a picture of the China skyline behind one of the Paladins characters, but it's still quite funny. They're using Overwatch to advertise their Overwatch rip-off.
Is it like the stage or just like the skybox?
I'll send you a link to it. It's just the skybox.
Hi-Res is such a rubbish company.
What else did they make?
Well, they made a series of games and then abandoned all of them or ruined all of them with bad management. Global Agenda, Tribes Ascend.
Oh, Tribes.
Oh, they made Tribes Ascend.
Missed Tribes.
2012 was some good times.
Nah, Tribes 2 was some good times, man.
So, Resident Evil 7 is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Oh! I didn't know that. That's really cool.
But
that's good.
There's a caveat to this.
That's a big but.
The big but is that you can get it on the Switch if you are streaming it. It's called Resident Evil 7 Cloud version.
What the fuck?
Really?
Yeah.
What's that about? Why?
I'm not entirely sure.
It's probably because it can't run on the Switch hardware, and instead of porting it, they've just gone, well, let's do that thing where you...
Is that the match of the day ice cream van?
Yeah, that is the match of the day ice cream van. Oh, okay. You see, it stopped. Stopped before it got to the end of the song. Honestly, playing games streamed over the internet has gotten way better since, the original On Live, which was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
They are actually playable. Something like Resident Evil would be playable now, I think.
It's Japan only at the moment, and it costs about £13. That's probably about $20 for 180 days access to streaming this game.
That's
6 months.
Stupid.
But that's like renting a video game from Blockbuster Video prices.
But why are we renting video games? What?
Well, some people like renting, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, but think about this. If you buy anything with DRM, then you're just renting it, aren't you, you fucker?
But a lot of people, the way they play games is they'll buy the latest big game, like Assassin's Creed or something. They play it, beat it, turn it in for someone else.
Yeah. They get like £3 or something from Sex, and they'll go and buy another game.
They do have deals where
in fact,
if you trade in these 8 select games, you'll get way more money or something like that.
It's like Mike Talley said, I got 3 skill trees and 4 hours of fun. I like American video games.
Same.
Epic are releasing the Paragon assets for free before shutting down the game.
I have never heard of Paragon.
Don't give a shit.
Don't give a shit.
Fair
Epic
enough.
are the ones that make Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
They don't have to care anymore, do they?
They made Shadow Complex, though.
I know. I mean, they don't have to care about anything anymore because they're making so much money from Fortnite.
They made the new Unreal Tournament, and it was really good, and nobody played it. So they made a game.
I haven't played it.
It was really good. So they made instead a game called Fortnight, which literally consists of spawning, going to a random location and hoping that you find a crate with a good weapon in it, wandering around for 10 minutes, getting into a single firefight and eventually dying.
And then just going straight into another game.
Just straight on a loop. 90% of that game is just
that what
doing
the-
nothing, and the
Because-
other 10% is luck to see what weapon you fucking
I'm
get.
not going to deny that you're right.
Is that
I-
just the battle royale mode though? Like, what's the actual game like?
Nobody plays the actual game.
It's a zombie
Yeah.
survival game kind of based on Minecraft.
Epic.
But people don't
gonna
play that 'cause they
support
only
the
care about the
original
battle royale.
one. Yeah.
Battle royale games are pretty boring.
Remember when...
In terms of fads, I can't think of any really fun recent video game fads. Like, all of the fads have been terrible.
Yeah, no MOBAs.
Yeah.
I agree with
They're
that.
never fun.
MOBAs, yeah.
Card games.
I mean, class-based shooters were alright, but there weren't that many of them, really.
No one jumped on that boat for
There
a
weren't
long
many
time.
good
What?
ones.
Were there any except TF2?
Well,
I
there's
love
TF2,
TF2.
and then there was Overwatch, which is
Yeah,
like...
and
So that's a
and
TF2
Paladins.
TF2 was fun back in the day, and Overwatch is fun now, so, I mean, that's a pretty good success rate.
I guess it isn't like a frenzy like some of these other things have been.
Well, it has been since Overwatch got popular, but TF2 started it, and then we didn't have anything really until Overwatch, did we?
But
I mean,
the
the
thing
big-
is,
Friday
there've
Night
been,
Not really.
Comeback.
Yeah, Friday Night Combat's one. That was the one I was trying to think of. Yeah, but there haven't really been many that have really made it anywhere off the ground, to be honest, aside
Yeah.
from until Overwatch came out.
I mean, the big trend for 5 or 6 years was linear corridor shooter with a multiplayer team deathmatch component. That was Call of Duty, 4 until... a couple years ago? 3 years ago,
now.
maybe? 4 years ago?
nah, they've let up since then.
They-
The big trends
yeah.
right now are games with heavy on the narrative and the style and the...
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because everyone is announcing battle royales for their next
Yep.
games. Like
Corridor-
Battlefield 5, there's a Stalker battle royale going to be
Oh,
made as
God.
well, apparently. Like, there are lots of battle royale things happening. Did you hear about Radical Heights, Cliffy B's, attempt at Fortnite as well?
No.
Battle
Cliffy
royale?
B, for fuck's sake, just go back to Jazz Jackrabbit.
Cliffy B's company is dead now. They've shut down.
And Epic are, riding high.
Yep.
Next Star Fox game will be a Battle Royale furry game.
Star Fox Battle Royale.
Star
It's
Fox
coming,
Battle
it's
A
coming.
furry battle royale game
okay,
would sell
um,
really well.
Hey, guys, okay, make one Nintendo IP into a Battle Royale game, go.
Smash
Pokemon.
Bros.
Pokemon.
Pikmin.
Oh,
Oh.
Pikmin! Oh,
Pikmin
yes.
would be good.
Pikmin Battle Royale.
Pikmin Battle Royale. Hmm.
The
The
Game
cross
Boy
battle.
camera.
Picross Battle
Kirby could be
Royale.
interesting.
Kirby
Kirby Battle Royale.
No, that would work perfectly, actually.
I don't hate that idea.
that,
Think
that
like
would work
think like
really
the
well.
city is
But
the,
who would
the
be
city trial
Kirby?
level, but
And
you can
who would
actually-
be... Wait, would everyone be Kirby and then you find enemies and absorb
Yeah,
them?
get
Yeah,
different
yes.
abilities and then beat the hell out of each other.
That sounds
Basically,
great.
Think City Trial from Kirby's Air Ride, but without air ride machines and
Oh,
actual
God.
Kirby content.
That
You
I
know,
always-
yeah, I'm down for that.
I
I
want that.
always did want some sort of versus mode in Kirby. I know that's just Smash Bros, but
There is a versus Kirby mode in the last two Kirby games, I
Oh,
think.
cool.
There's like a Smash Bros. Kirby.
awesome.
People have measured Luigi's dick.
Oh, God.
yes.
Yep. This is
Thank
from
goodness.
the tennis thing where you can see the outline of it, and they've weighed it up against his height and about the length of his legs and everything. I've seen this. Yes, this was months ago. This isn't new.
We have not had a podcast since January, so
Oh,
I've
okay.
just got a load of stuff written
Fair
down
enough.
here.
Wasn't he average? He was 5 inches or something.
3.7 inches
Oh, it
flaccid.
was much small. Oh, flaccid. Yeah, but there's no confirmation on if he's a grower or a shower. We'll just have to wait and see.
Is there such a thing as a shower? Is there a guy whose dick is just always the size it is?
Or maybe if it's default at 5 and then just stays there.
But I'm saying,
Just-
they all get bigger, though.
Well, maybe there's someone who doesn't, and it just starts looking upwards instead of down.
Anyway, I wish wrestling fans were as dedicated, because then we'd know how big Batista's dick is.
We will never know how big Batista's dick is. Never, ever.
Catsman, can I just ask why you would link the Kotaku one? When I googled it, the first thing was pedestrian.tv, and the title of the fucking thing is "We now know the size of Luigi's chongus."
Oh, good.
Oh god,
Oh my
Catsman,
God.
your mic.
Catsman, your microphone, please. You're popping like a madman.
Chongus. I've never heard the word chongus,
Chongus.
before.
I
Since
love the
Cat-
Kotaku one because it's a correction that says Bowser is only 4 feet tall, judging by Luigi's
Fucking
penis.
manly. Can you make the microphone fuck ups 10 times as loud and
No,
higher
please.
pitch?
Capcom are offering a reward to people for finding cryptids in real life to promote Monster Hunter.
Mate, that's
Mate.
what? Can you link me to this article, please?
£50,000 they're offering.
This is another money-making opportunity for me if I can't go back to high school. Let's talk about this. They're offering £50,000 to anyone who can prove with conclusive evidence that one of these 10 monsters exists. Where's the list?
Couple of days up at Loch
the
Ness,
Cornish owl
easy,
man.
nice, easy money.
Mermaids! I could do that! Fucking piss! Scottish lake monsters. What's the Mongolian deathworm? Hello.
Just cut your legs off, Shin, right? And slap a fucking dolphin tail on it.
Slap it.
And
What if I just
Oh.
cut my top half off
I thought
and
that said-
apply a shark to it? So it's
You mean
the
then
reverse.
you would
Fish on the
immediately
top.
be
Yeah, fish on the
assaulted by Brock Lesnar as a rival that
Oh,
needs to be
God,
eliminated.
no. I am not
Someone's
going in
won the
search of
50
that
grand
thing.
already. That's the Mongolian deathworm.
That looks very deathwormy.
It looks very Tremors.
Does
Overloading
Animage count,
magma
does Animage
worm.
count as a cryptid?
He's not on the list. Unless he is a Yeti.
I think
what's
he's a
Yowie?
Namibian flying snake, actually.
A chupacabra. I used to get confused between chupacabras and capybaras.
Yeah.
So just fucking send them a picture of a capybara and be like, where's my money?
A yaoi is a homosexual
Yeah, I was going to say,
hentai.
doesn't Zexu have a lot of that?
There's actually got a lot of that. That's it for news, really.
Is there a porn segment coming up now?
What's the content?
There's a fanfiction from Mark of our own. I'm going to read off the tags, and you're going to guess what game it is. I'm going to
Oh,
exclude
yeah.
all the names of the characters. AU, YouTube, cooking lessons, recipes, introvert, minor YouTube celebrity B, fluff, lots and lots of cooking, ethnic dishes galore, office potluck, shopping trip, anxiety, meditation, relaxation, C is a little shit, but also cares about his big brother, the local cooking cowboy fan club, D is a freaking detective, email chain, A is crushing hard, B is crushing hard too, slow burn, more like baked to perfection, second-hand embarrassment, food, alternate universe, lawyers, law office shenanigans, mutual masturbation,
Oh my god.
foot massage, massage,
This took a quick turn.
orgasm. Yeah, I know.
Escalates very quickly.
That's the tags.
Oh.
What's your guess?
So
Is
we're
it
looking for
characters from video
So-
games
No,
specifically? or?
So we're looking for a cooking YouTuber and a video game, right? Is that what
No,
it is?
this
No,
is not a crossover.
but it said about having YouTubers in it earlier on.
One of the characters is a YouTuber in this fanfiction.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
And they're crossing over with a video game or just another YouTuber?
This is just a video game crossover. No, this is just a video game fanfiction. There is no crossovering involved.
Okay, right. Okay.
So
Okay.
one of the
There's a lot
characters
cooking.
in the game is a YouTuber.
No.
No.
Well, then where the...
It's fanfic based on a game.
It's not gonna
but
be
it just
Five Nights
so
at Freddy's,
happens
is it?
That a YouTuber shows up as a character at
No,
some point in
no.
this fanfic. What?
The first tag is AU, alternate universe. There's just an alternate universe. One of the characters is a YouTuber.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
this
so
is
it's an
difficult.
there's
alternate
a lot,
universe where
there's a lot
one
of
of-
cooking involved, and
one
they're
of-
lawyers.
I mean, I wanted to say Cooking Mama
Is it
just from the
lawyer guy,
amount of...
defender of justice?
It's not lawyer guy. Moogle
No,
struck
because
out.
it's an AU
Damn
where
it.
they're lawyers. It's not their lawyers and.
Is it Phoenix Wright related?
No.
Because it's an AU where they're lawyers. They're not lawyers in canon. It's AU with.
I
lawyers.
don't read fan
AU
fiction,
is
Specs.
Shiny.
alternate universe.
So
They come
Specs
and play Cap-
Specs struck out. We have Shiny, Catsman, and Crystal is eligible to answer.
Okay, what other video game lawyers exist?
There's
So they don't-
brothers. There's brothers involved in this. You said there was
Yes.
something about brothers. Can you read that one out again, please?
D is a little shit, but also cares about his big brother.
Is his big brother one of the other characters?
Yes.
Which one?
A.
So let's think about
A
brothers.
is
In,
a-
brothers
A
in
is an-
video game.
A is an introvert and is crushing hard.
Okay. Brothers in video games who are lawyers in an alternate universe and cook
So
a lot
They
together.
cook in this universe.
Yes.
Is it going to be like a JRPG, do you think?
I hope it's not because
Like
I
a
don't know any
modern
of those.
one?
I mean, obvious brothers in video games. We've got Mario and Luigi. We've got who else?
Can't be them.
I don't know. I don't think it's them.
Lucas and Klaus.
I doubt it's that.
Shall I help? Can I help? Am I allowed
Solid
to keep
Name
Liquid.
some
talking?
brothers for me, Moogle.
We're speculating.
Liquid and Solid Snake. Dante and Virgil.
Mm.
Dante
You see,
and
those
Virgin.
are both. They're big in fanfiction, aren't they?
Yeah. Do Cross and Zero count?
Shut up.
Cowboys, though.
Oh god, this isn't anything related to Hanzo and McCree, is it?
Yes, there is.
Oh! Nice.
Kristalla's got it.
So it's
He's an
Hanzo,
Overwatch
Nice
fan.
one.
Hanzo and Genji?
Yes, Genji is a little shit, but also cares about his big brother.
Big brother, yeah. I had a feel-
The local cooking cowboy fan club. Satya is a freaking detective, which is Symmetra. Hanzo is crushing hard. Jesse is crushing hard too.
Who's the YouTube?
Got him!
McCree is the YouTube celebrity.
What?
I can see it.
I mean, Matt Mercer, come on.
Oh,
Yeah, it's true. Oh, it's true.
Logged it.
Make a random ass complaint now. I think controllers are bullshit.
okay.
Okay.
Do
No.
elaborate.
Okay, right. So I've been using a wired 360 controllers for about 10 years, which is actually quite good, except the D-pad, which is trash, and
Yes.
the face buttons, which are slightly too small in my
Yeah,
opinion. right?
okay. That's fine.
So I decided that I'd get a new controller, right? And I reasoned that 10 years of technological advancement would have wrought controllers that were better in every way. But that is not the case, right? The first thing I thought was the PS4 controller, but it's way too expensive. It's normally like 50 quid, which is insane.
They're all really expensive.
That's part price gouging, but also if you look at it, okay, what does a fucking PS4 controller have in it? Oh, it has a capacitive touchpad, a 3-axis gyroscope, a
Yep.
3-axis accelerometer, a 3.5mm headset, a speaker, and a weird like glowing LED bar that
Yep.
probably comprise at least 50% of the cost of the unit. Aren't used really by anything.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
The 6-axis motion stuff is really good if you're playing like a third-person shooter, because I don't like to play third-person shooters with a mouse and keyboard, but I like when I'm able to aim with gyro, like in Splatoon or in Breath of the Wild when you're aiming arrows. So I love that if you're using a PlayStation 4 controller as a Steam controller, you can map the gyro in any way you like to make it move the camera if you're like in aiming mode.
I'd like to complain about that as well, because the software support is really finicky. So some games natively support a PS4 controller, others don't. For the ones that don't, you can use Steam to map the PS4 controller onto an Xbox 360 controller, or use a custom profile for it. But that means that number one, those games you have to launch them through Steam, and number two, you have to manually say which games you own, which way you want to map the controllers. And if you're like having friends over or something, it's always, hey guys, let's play a video game, but before that I'm going to fuck about for 20 minutes with the controller config to make it work.
That sounds like being at my house.
Exactly.
That's a really good
it
idea.
irritates me. So anyway, I was like, fine, I won't get a PS4 controller, I'll get an Xbox One controller, because every game supports 360 controllers, so I was like, well, every game will support those as well.
Yep.
No, they fucking won't. Because, okay, the Xbox One controller is cheaper than the PS4 controller. It's about 40 quid. There are 4 separate hardware revisions of this controller.
Correct.
The first one doesn't have a headphone jack and cannot be connected wirelessly to a PC at all. It uses a proprietary wireless connection for the Xbox One. The second one has a headphone jack and can be connected to PC, but you need to use a proprietary adapter that costs at least £20. The third one has a headphone jack and can be connected to any computer as long as it's running Windows 10. So basically, yeah, that doesn't work for me either, because I refuse to run Windows 10.
Proprietary software.
Is this
such.
all because you're trying to connect it wirelessly?
So you can connect it, but it's via like a micro USB cable, and
Yeah, so that's what I do with mine. Mine came with Duracell batteries as well,
Yeah.
Yep,
interestingly
so did
enough.
mine.
the micro USB.
Surprisingly good of them to include an actual decent brand of battery for a change.
Yeah, but I'm never going to
Branded
use them.
batteries aren't any better than unbranded ones.
Probably not.
It's a conspiracy.
But the rabbit can run for longer.
Actually, we put the green poison in the Duracells to make them go longer.
Exactly. That's why I don't buy them.
But it makes them last longer, so there's no conspiracy on that.
Buy
front.
all my batteries from AliExpress.com.
That's
Alright.
a really good bad idea.
I read a study on some batteries, and then actually said the Amazon basic ones were pretty good considering for the price.
Yep. Also, the
So-
Xbone pad is really good other than that.
Yeah, the Xbone
Got a
pad
really
is
good
really
D-pad.
good.
It's got
I'll
a
give
really
it
good
you
D-pad,
that.
really
The
good
D-pad
sticks.
is actually probably better than the PlayStation one. To
I
be
would say
honest.
it's the best D-pad I've ever used, and I include Nintendo stuff in that.
I
It's pretty
still
good.
really like the original NES controller D-pad.
The NES
Yes.
controller D-pad's still good, but it's not clicky. I like clicky D-pads nowadays.
I do like the clicky one.
All of the DSs have had pretty good D-pads.
Yes.
I feel.
In my
the Vita's
opinion-
got the best one.
People love the DS
Vita.
Lite D-pad, but I think it's too small. I want to complain about one more thing, right? Because, of course, there's always the Steam controller. And the Steam controller is the actual physical embodiment of fucking around with config files. It has tiny-ass buttons. It has no D-pad. God forbid if you want to play like a platformer or a twin-stick shooter or something on that thing. All Steam had to do was make a generic fucking controller, and they somehow fucked it up. So basically, right now I have a knockoff Xbox One controller from AliExpress that cost £10, and it's picked up as a regular Xbox One controller by pretty much all games. And the D-pad is about as shit as the 360 one, but otherwise it works, and it was £10. But this pisses me off, because 10 years ago, you could buy a single controller for not as much money, and it would work with every game and pretty much with every operating system. And even if you were running Windows XP, you could install some additional drivers and it would work. And now we have an absolute shit pile of controllers with proprietary connectors and drivers and dongles and configuration files. And if you just fucking plug a controller into your PC, there's about a 50-50 chance that the damn thing will work first time.
Catsman, you just reminded me. I had a question about Windows, actually. So the latest Windows operating system is Windows 10, but like years ago we had Windows 10p. What's with that?
What the hell is 10p?
Windows 10p. It was the operating
You-
system before Vista.
You, Specs.
And then we
you,
went back to 7.
Specs. There is a word for people like you.
Use it. Go on. Use it. Also, I just linked something in chat which Microsoft announced, I think, last
don't-
week.
Oh
It's-
yeah, I
that's
forgot
not
to
real.
talk about this
It's
on
real.
the news. Yeah,
No, that's
this
not
is
real.
this is the disability sort of friendly controller, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Looks neat.
It's a thing. You plug other things into it, like other like giant buttons and other stuff.
It has
Oh.
modules and stuff that
Yeah,
plug
yeah.
into it.
Cool.
So if you have disabilities like you've lost fingers or whatever, you can just plug
Oh,
another
that's
button in
really
somewhere else
cool.
and use your foot or
That's
something.
neat.
My question is, how much is this going to cost, though?
£100 for the base controller.
That's actually pretty awesome. I have a friend who shot his middle and ring finger off of a cannon
Why?
Ooh.
that he built himself.
Ooh.
The
Why
fingers
did he
led
do that?
because he
Ooh.
wanted to build a cannon.
But why did he shoot his fingers off after he'd bought it?
Ooh.
Because he was trying to load it and it fired prematurely as he was loading it.
Oh, Jesus.
He took it in total stride. It was like, he's like, yeah, my only regret is that they didn't pick my fingers off the ceiling so I could...
Yeah, I was
Like
going to say, if
yeah.
you pick the finger off the ceiling and put
No,
it
no,
in cold water...
he actually shot through the roof and the fingers landed on the roof.
Shit.
Oh, God.
I'm not... He is
Ooh.
the wacky sitcom neighbor of my life, I swear to God. He's getting married and is gonna have a baby in 2 months.
Oh my god.
Oh god, it's reproducing.
I'm not sure if I trust that guy with a
I
baby.
love that guy.
Trying the cannon again with the baby inside this time.
No. He's like he wouldn't do that to his baby, just himself.
Well, good for him, I guess. Now he's got a big old controller.
Yeah,
Should
it's,
launch-
It's
should
not
launch himself.
that long, I think, before people will start being able to replace their fingers with digital ones.
They'll replace their digits with digital ones.
Yeah.
Digital digits.
Digirob, digital robber. Rob.
I'll be like, Matt, can you pass me the Parmesan so I can grate it into this pasta?
Godsky will never do that for you.
And Matt will be
Doria.
like, sorry, I'm updating the firmware on my fingers.
We had to, at work, clear a guy to bring in Bluetooth legs into a secure area at one point.
Why would you need Bluetooth,
Bluetooth
in your
leg?
legs?
That's
Because
awesome.
his legs have been blown off because he was at war. So he got given prosthetic legs, and the doctors use Bluetooth to connect to the legs to change configuration settings on them as to like how easily they move and stuff.
Sickest
Oh, fair
shit
enough.
I've ever
That's
heard
sick,
in my
but-
fucking life.
That is sick, but I would want to control the settings on my own legs.
Yeah,
You
that's-
can, but you have to have software. But ultimately, basically, because it's Bluetooth, we had to actually
Bluetooth
look at them.
leg.
Bluetooth legs.
That's
This
so
begs
cool.
the question, how long before my vision is augmented?
Good question. How long before thought-controlled video games? Why don't we have thought-controlled
I've
controllers?
seen like
I guess
thought-controlled wheelchairs before.
I don't think that would be a good idea because I can't.
You just run over everybody that you
Yeah,
hated.
I can't choose what my brain decides to think about.
Intrusive thoughts.
Intrusive
once again.
thoughts. Yeah, exactly.
Fuck
I would
proprietary software!
I'd have an intrusive thought like, "What if I just jumped off this cliff right now?" And then the
would be the
thought-controlled video game would do that. I wouldn't be able to get past the first level. In a thought-controlled video game, I think if you thought really hard about it, like so hard that you go red in the face, you should be able to no-clip and fly.
Yes.
And then you like lift up like very slightly.
I won't!
Exactly.
Catsman, can I float you some hamburger music as the arbitrator of hamburger music?
You can.
Can I get you something fresh off the grill?
Fresh off the grill.
Here is a link to what I believe is the next hamburger music.
Let's see.
Now, I'm not entirely sure that this is hamburger music.
There's no trombone for a start.
There's no brass.
This feels very country barbecue, though.
Yeah, it's
It's
more
got
like,
that plodding, like,
Yeah.
rhythm.
This
That's
is
the word I'm looking
definitely
for.
more hot dog than hamburger, if you ask me.
Ooh.
What's
it
the
needs,
difference?
It needs some brass or something.
It's got
Yeah.
a weird instrument that sounds like it's trying to be brass.
Not hamburger, sorry.
Oh, rejected.
I mean, it has hamburger qualities, but not hamburger.
Alright, it's a sandwich, but it's not
Yeah.
a hamburger.
Sandwich shop?
Unless you're a radical sandwich anarchist.
What was that picture? Someone posted like a picture of a jumbo sausage with like a slice of bread in the middle of
That
it.
was me. What's the question?
Is the
that-
question
is that a sandwich?
Is a double down a sandwich?
It's not. It's not a sandwich because there's one slice of bread. It's not enveloped in bread. It has to be two slices of bread either side of the stuffing for it to be a sandwich. That one was just an enigma.
If you take a sandwich filling and put it between two slices of pizza, is it a sandwich?
No,
Why not?
it's not bread. It's pizza.
Yeah, but pizza is basically just bread but flat.
But it's no because pizza is like
Does that make a calzone a sandwich?
no. It's a pasty.
No,
It's a
Because
pasty.
Technically, calzone is a pasty, yeah.
Hmm.
Every culture has their own pasty.
And they're all amazing.
What is the
Yes.
African pasty?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I have had one.
What is pasty?
Africa
It's,
isn't a country, by
It's
the
like
way.
a pastry with a filling in the middle.
Yeah. The original pasty had starter, mains, and dessert
Mm.
as you ate it down along the thing because it was meant to be like one meal as like a handheld thing for convenience purposes. No longer.
Well, the reason they've got the big crust on the side is because, like, the miners would take them down when they were going dump mine, and they'd throw away the crust because it would be covered in coal soot after they had eaten it.
The pastry was used as like a barrier, I guess, against
Diseases.
dirt,
Well, it's a-
disease, whatever.
It's the same concept as the reason that sandwiches has bread on either side. It's just to act as a vessel for whatever's in the middle.
Yes.
I'm going to read you alternative names of the Cornish pasty. A British pasty, an oggy, a teddy oggy, a tiddy
Cheesy
oggin,
ball.
a tiddy oggin, or an oggy.
Easy knob!
Or, shut up. Why do you do this?
She
You're
goaded me.
hiccuping.
She goaded me into it.
Right. Continue reading about pasties.
No, I'm done now.
I'm
Do you-
sorry.
Can you give us one more?
No.
Just one more.
No.
If you could name a pasty, what would you call it?
Bob,
What was the name I gave Happy Man? I've forgotten already.
Fred.
It
Fred.
ain't easy being cheesy.
I am really pissed off, right? Because I went to visit my parents, and the local pub was doing a pub quiz, And the lady came round and she was like, does anyone want a sausage roll? And I was like, yeah, okay. And I took something off that plate, thinking more about my quiz answers at the time. And it wasn't a fucking sausage roll. It was a fucking piece of a pork pie. And the piece of the pork pie was, I shit you not, it was about 30% meat, 30% pastry, and 40% that horrible, weird jelly stuff.
Is it aspic? Is it
on the
aspic?
inside of fucking pork pies.
No.
It's aspic. It is as well.
It is aspic. I put it in, so I was like, I can't eat this. So I got a tissue out of my pocket. I wrapped it in the tissue. I put it in my pocket. Hope nobody noticed. Nobody did notice, but when I got home, it had slipped out of the tissue, and my trousers were all permeated by fucking pork pie aspic.
In honor of Catsman's name for me, I'm gonna call this segment Freddy's Fanfics.
Freddy's Fanfics.
I have arranged these in order of what I would find most easy to what I would find most difficult, but it might vary. So the first one. Dad A, but B doesn't know, at least for now. Fluff, friendship, friends to lovers, platonic relationships, platonic cuddling, family, family fluff, family drama, daddy issues. B has daddy issues. C really wants to help. A is so angry he's gonna eat his mask. Romance, slow burn, slow build, mpreg, kind of.
Oh god.
Kind of.
Okay, so someone's got a mask.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to go on the mask.
Video game characters with masks.
Captain Falcon.
No.
That's.
Do we only
Yes.
get one? Do we only?
You only get one.
Yes.
Unless everyone gets it wrong, I guess, in which
So
case it might reset.
A family involved, a mask, a dad, and...
But it's
Well, I would
AU where
imagine
someone
it's
is
an
the dad, so they're
it's an
actually just
absent dad.
friends.
Potentially absent dad because there's daddy issues involved.
Can you say the one with the mask being ripped off again, please?
A is so angry he's gonna eat his mask. A is the dad.
Gonna eat his mask.
Oh, A is the dad.
It's the dad.
Does he
A
have
is
a
the
mask
dad.
made of ham?
But he's not normally a dad, I'm assuming. He's just normally.
It says mpreg, so I'm guessing, yeah.
Ugh.
Mpreg becomes a dad, then there's daddy issues, then he eats the mask.
I'm gonna put my
Nobody cared
guess...
who I was till I ate the mask.
I'm gonna put my guess as Crom and Lucina.
Ooh.
Oh, you don't need to give me the pairing, you just need to say what game it's from.
Oh,
But no,
Fire
that's
Emblem.
not, but no, that's not right.
Okay.
Good share. Can I go with Kirby?
No.
Okay, I won't
That
do-
was-
Kirby
good
would have been a
guess,
good
though.
shot with Meta Knight, yeah.
That's what I was thinking, Meta Knight.
I imagine there's plenty of Meta Knight Mpreg out there.
I can see DDD as a daddy.
Like, I've got an answer for a mask, but
What,
no
as
one
like
would,
a,
no one
as
would
a
write
sexy
fanfiction about
husky
them.
daddy? Is this what we're talking
Not
about?
in that
here?
way.
I'd like to hug DDD and see what he feels like.
He
Like
feels
a
like a
fucking
penguin. He's big and
you
fluffy.
dingus.
Alright, a few people have failed, so
No, I
gonna-
haven't gone yet. I want to give a real meme answer here. I want to weird people out with the answer, but it's not the right one.
Do it.
Darkest Dungeon.
no.
It's the leper with the mask.
I think you guys are thinking too abstractly.
I would have said Street Fighter in all honesty, but I've
Team Fortress
taken- Team Fortress 2. You see,
Spy is Scout's dad.
bye, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Dad spy, but Scout doesn't know. Scout has daddy issues. Sniper really wants to help.
That's true. That's all true.
Should have got
Cool.
that.
That was the easy one. Let's do the harder ones.
Yeah, we fucked up there.
Also, I just had
I
a
like
thought
this
of
game.
Cheesy Chongus.
Cheesy
the funky
Chongus
dog.
and the Meanie Mongus.
Yeah,
Sin of
pronounce that.
unbelievable proportions.
Oh, God.
Unbelievable.
My life.
Extremely dubious consent. Slave
Oh.
A. Sexual slavery. Canon disabled character. Verbal abuse. Physical abuse. Spanking. Excessive amounts of A. Anal sex. Rough sex. Like really rough sex. Like cream de la cream.
If I didn't know better, I would say Dink Smallwood.
A. The sexual meal on wheels.
Oh my god.
Mental instability. Blood drinking. Orgasm denial. Body worship. Abuse of the word doctor. Abuse of an actual doctor.
That's what gets me going.
I feel like this is satirical.
No, it won't be. Where are you getting these from, actually?
Arc of our own.
Yeah, I thought
Is
so.
that all the tags?
Yes.
Metal
What?
Gear.
Yes.
I was actually thinking that myself.
It's Huey, right? Emmerich.
Yes.
Oh god.
You can't stump me on Metal Gear Solid fanfiction.
Because you've read it all.
He's
and
read
written
this
most
one.
of it.
I wrote that one.
I believe it.
A wants to go back and get B. Everyone else gets dragged along. Even Dr. C. Alternate universe, everyone lives. Rare pairing. D broke up with A because he's getting a bit obsessed. Dr. C is gay and nobody can tell me otherwise. They all do not want to go back, but they go anyway. Dr. C is gonna get a little fucked up. Inspired by an idea my friend had. Oh, and the wolves are gonna be in this a lot.
Ooh.
Wolves.
Oh, the wolves are fucking throwing me off now.
Trying to think of video games with doctors in.
There's lots of video games with doctors in them, but there's not many with video games with doctors and wolves.
Doctors and wolves.
Okay, so Everyone Lives is a...
So it's a video game, I suppose, where at the end, normally, like, everyone dies.
I've
Or
got
like you can have a differing amount of people who survive.
Oh, right.
I've
Oh,
got a
yeah,
guess.
it
Mass
could be one of them
Effect?
choose-your-own-adventure games.
There was a guess there.
That was a guess, it was Mass
Yeah.
Effect.
That's wrong.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be.
I don't know the name of my game, but it's a game. It's on the PS4, and it's like a horror game, and you can jiggle the 6-axis to like wave your key around if you're holding a key.
That has wolves in it.
Until Dawn, is it called?
That's
Until
the
correct.
Dawn?
one.
Oh,
Yeah, Until Dawn, yeah.
Clearly,
oh
I
that's
need
a good game.
clearly I need to pick harder game.
That's a really good game.
Somebody said something, and it made me think of it. Something about wolves that Catsman was
Wolves,
saying.
yeah.
Alright,
Oh,
that's it.
it's because everyone
It's a narrative
survives.
game
Everyone
with wolves in
survives,
it.
and everyone like lots of people die in that game. You can't
It's
prevent
I
one
don't
of them
remember
them dying.
choose-your-own-adventure
wolves in that game.
games.
Yes, you can prevent them dying, Specs.
Yeah, you can.
Not
I don't
all of
remember.
them, surely.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
That's not a
okay.
David Cage game, is it?
No, it's not. It's
No.
good.
No, it's one of those
It's
ones
trying
that-
to be.
Yeah.
I don't remember any wolves though.
Yeah.
The whole thing is about
um,
wolves.
No, it's Wendigos.
No.
Wendigos are horses.
That only comes in like the second act.
But isn't that like what the whole spooky thingy is though?
no,
the whole
not
time.
only in the second part.
Nice. I like this game.
It's a good game.
Alright, that's all I had anyway.
They're
Nice.
good.
We won.
Good segment.
Well, I think we won anyway.
I think so also.
I have a conundrum for you. So you know how most video game series get worse as they go along? I want you to name me a video game, or think of some video game series that got better with time,
And only
Ooh.
got better. Didn't get worse again.
didn't get worse again.
Persona.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't played 1 or 2, but yeah.
I imagine
3, 4,
two.
5, definitely 5.
I imagine 2 is better
the
than
best.
1 because 2 is the one people talk about. Nobody talks about 1.
That's the one with Hitler in it.
Yes. Well-
Series that only got better, huh?
This is really difficult because I don't play
I would say
video games.
Civilization, but
Yes, that's
there are other people who wouldn't agree with that, I think.
No, I agree.
It depends whether you count expansions, I think, because whenever a new game is released, there's
That's
like a
true.
dip, and then
Yeah.
with the expansions, it normally ends up better than the previous ones.
Can we see if I can get Chris Huegar to join the Mumble before I give mine one?
Why? You're going to
Oh,
say
God.
something?
Because I'm
You're gonna say Smash Brothers,
I'm gonna
aren't
say
you?
Smash Brothers.
I
I'm-
feel like the Smash Brothers that you personally played a lot as a teenager is always the best.
Yeah,
Smash
probably.
Brothers.
I think mechanically, actually, Melee probably was better, but there's so much more stuff in the newer ones. There's so much stuff to do. Like they're better than the old ones, but maybe at the time now they're not as good as Melee was then.
Has the Skyrim series gotten better as they released it
No.
more?
Is it the Skyrim series?
Yeah, not the previous games, just the Skyrim ones.
Elder
I don't
Scrolls?
I don't think
No, no, not
Skyrim
the Elder
VR
Scrolls,
No,
is
it's the
better than
Skyrim
Skyrim.
games.
So they were
You
just
know,
the same,
there's
they haven't gotten
Skyrim,
better.
Skyrim HD,
Yeah,
the other
Skyrim VR.
Skyrim HD.
Skyrim VR.
Skyrim Switch.
That's the other Skyrim HD.
That one's not HD though.
Do you have to stream Skyrim Switch?
No, because that means you can't buy it, and if you can't buy it, Todd isn't
I
interested.
don't understand why the fuck they're streaming on. I can't believe he
True.
sold Skyrim
I'm
to
going
his
to give
own
you
son.
that one, yeah.
I can't believe it.
He sold Skyrim to his own son.
Yeah.
As you should.
I like that. I like that. That's good business, that is. Captive audience, your own son.
But his son was like,
Maybe-
I don't like it.
Maybe Nintendo haven't made another F-Zero game because they know they'll never make a game as good as GX again.
They didn't make GX.
Yeah, I know.
Sega made
Sega
GX. AV. Super Monkey Ball people.
What's our opinion on the Mario Kart series?
Wii exists, and Wii is not as good as Double Dash, is my opinion.
Yeah, Wii was a slight dip.
I liked Wii more than Double
Super
Dash,
Circuit
actually.
fucked it. Did not
Super
get
Circuit's
better.
decent, though. I think Super Circuit's okay.
For the Game Boy Advance?
Yeah, I think that's an okay video game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I
For a
wouldn't
portable
consider
game
that.
at the time.
Yeah, as
It
a
was
portable thing.
good, but going back to it is very difficult.
Going
Like, I can go
back
back
to
to
a
Super
lot
Mario
of
Kart
GBA
easier.
games is very difficult, particularly the early ones, because they all look really white and washed
They
out
do.
to compensate for the fucking screen.
They do. You can't really play them properly on a proper screen.
Except
Brightness
for
is just
Wario Land
screwed.
4, which will eternally be beautiful.
And Minish Cap.
Oh yeah, and
Zero
Yeah, it's a
Mission
good-looking game.
is good, and
yeah,
Fusion
Zero
is
Mission
good.
and Fusion. Fucking perfect game.
Gen 3 Pokemon games
Yeah.
look great.
Man, I missed the GBA.
GBA was a fucking
And
sick
Advance
console.
Wars, don't forget Advance Wars.
I think GBA is probably my favourite handheld.
GBA was a really, really good platform.
Of course, Mother only got better as it went along.
Yeah, fair.
No, wait. I was going to say Diablo, but then I remember that they made a third Diablo.
You
there's
can't
some-
have it.
If there's only 2 games, it doesn't count.
Jazz
Ninja Gaiden.
Jackrabbit.
Ninja Gaiden's been real good.
No, Ninja Gaiden 3 is bad.
I only care
Ninja
about
Gaiden
the
3
old
is bad?
Ninja Gaiden games. I don't give a shit about the new ones.
Actually, Ninja Gaiden 2 is maybe not even as good as Ninja Gaiden 1 either. Like on the Xbox. Black and Sigma and all those.
What about Contra?
Contra. Interesting.
I remember Super C being pretty rubbish.
Contra Hardcore is pretty bad.
Got a
So
good
is-
soundtrack.
I think they're different types of
No,
games.
so
though.
is
They're in
the,
the same series, but
Whatever the Contra game was that wasn't Contra or Super C on NES. There's a third one that's bad.
Damn it. Donkey Kong
you're not talking about
Country
the Alien Wars. I hope.
almost has
No.
it.
Good. Thank God for that.
Hardcore is the new one, the shit one.
Hardcore Uprising.
If it wasn't for Donkey Kong Country 3, then Donkey Kong Country would have
I
it.
was thinking about that, but yeah, Donkey Kong Country.
Why
I
did
would
they
probably-
even make it? Why did they even make it? The fucking Nintendo 64 was like out by then.
They had started making it. They had some leftover assets and stuff from 2, probably.
They needed a buffer zone for them
Tropical
to
Freeze
take
is the
ages to make
best.
N64.
I started
that's
playing
just
Tropical
what-
Freeze a couple of weeks ago. It's
That's
so
just
good.
what Nintendo does, though. They release something on a console that's already dead just because they started doing it 7 years ago and they didn't want to quit.
In
Every
fairness,
Zelda
because
That's
game.
actually been very, very common with them.
We got
Yeah.
2 amazing Kirby games as a result of that. In
We've got one
Kirby's
absolutely fucking shite Zelda game.
Kirby's Adventure and Kirby's Dream Land 3 were all released after the next console came out.
Yeah, but the NES lasted until like 94. It lasted a really
technically
long
speaking.
time.
The last thing that Nintendo released for it was Wario's Woods, I think.
And the second to last was Star Tropics 2, which they were considering putting on Super Nintendo.
Yep.
And Wario's Woods did go on a Super Nintendo.
Did.
Hit Wario? No.
No, no,
People go no with that one.
No.
Sticker Star?
Sticker Star, no. I hate that game more than I hate myself.
I enjoyed Sticker Star, but I never finished it.
I'm gonna piss Catsman off.
I know
I'm
you
gonna
are.
piss Catsman
case-
off.
You always do that.
Doom!
I want to hear the case.
It would be correct if not for the fact that every Doom game after Doom 2 is terrible.
A case can be made for Wario Land.
Yeah,
Yes,
Wario Land.
definitely. Yeah.
Ooh.
I like
Hold
Wario Land
on,
2,
though. I don't think the Shake Dimension was as good as Wario Land 4.
Does
Oh, no,
Wario World count in there as
And
well?
then there
that
was
any
a
good?
really
You're probably
crappy,
right.
like, Master of Disguise game as well. That's the problem.
Wario
I
Land-
don't count that as Wario Land.
Wario Land does not count.
WarioWare.
If Wario
Let
Land
me-
1, 2, 3, and 4, yes, they can
Please let
easily
me
get
talk.
better. Sorry.
I forgot about Wario Land: The Shake Dimension. Wario Master of Disguise is not a Wario Land game, and no, Wario World does not count. Shake Dimension is not as good as Forza.
Shake Dimension
about-
is good.
What about Virtual Boy Wario?
That's also not a Wario Land.
Is it?
Also, I heard that game was really good, but I'm not going to play it because
I've
Black and
heard
Red.
that
It
game
was
is
good.
worth playing, actually.
It's like the only good Virtual Boy game.
It was a Wario Land game for Virtual Boy, and it was actually really good.
I think they're making a remake of it, or like the fans are making a remake of it, or maybe Nintendo are making a remake of it.
I don't think Nintendo are. I would have heard about that.
Well, again, we have this discussion all the time. All the games that need to be remade, like Wario Land for Virtual Boy, aren't being remade, and all the fucking games where the original was perfect, like Spyro the Dragon, are being remade. It irritates me.
Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, 3 improved.
Yeah, but Crash Bandicoot 4 was a bit shit.
Well, yeah, Crash after that, after he got
Went off a
sold to the
fucking
man.
cliff.
Same with Spyro.
My lasting memory of the fourth Crash Bandicoot game is that it was released on the PS2 on CD, not DVD.
There were a few,
with the
yeah.
loading times that come with being on a CD.
I remember it took 2 or 3 minutes to load levels. Same with the
It did,
Spyro
yeah.
game,
It was
actually, that
awful.
they had on the PS2.
Really strange choice. How do you pass this question for Mario games where there's so many different new...
I don't think there is any Mario series that has consistently got better.
Yeah, even Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time is definitely the weak link there.
Most of the main ones have been kind of even, to be honest.
New Super Mario Bros.
I like it.
They continually got worse.
I don't think that's correct.
No, the
I think
original New Super
U
Mario
is the
Bros.
best
was
that
really
they
good.
released.
I think
It was
Moogle's...
just the same shit that they had in all the other games.
it's not, though.
Nothing different in it.
It was, but it was better, but I was bored of it by then.
Yeah.
That's the problem I've got with it.
That
Like, on
that
a-
shouldn't count. That's like saying the new Madden games are better because there's a slightly new thing in each one.
That's not true. Like, a lot of
That
sports
doesn't
games
quite
have
work
got
that way.
worse since later years. Like, I used to play the Tiger Woods games with my dad a lot, and they did get worse, actually. Year
Yeah.
on year, they got worse, and it wasn't just because, we were bored of them. It was just because they didn't have as good features as the previous years for some reason.
I think EA lost interest in them because they stopped making them after a while.
Metal Gear Solid.
No.
What was the question?
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear getting better as
Ah.
it goes.
Nah,
I can't
it didn't.
imagine 4 or 5 fitting into that.
Well, everyone says 3 is a high
Gameplay-wise,
point.
4's really good.
I actually preferred 2 to
That's
3.
because they
but-
didn't get
I prefer 2
to.
to 3 as well.
I haven't played them.
I mean, maybe 3 is more fun. I don't know.
I had more fun with 2.
Yeah,
Does-
I was
does
the same.
portable
2 is
ops
like
count?
the clever one.
I'm just
Really
terrified
metal.
that if I ever play a Metal Gear game, I'll just fall desperately in love with Big Boss.
Big Boss.
and-
I mean, it's understandable. He is the perfect human
Yeah.
male.
Metal Gear did not get better as it went on.
There you go.
There you have it.
It's almost like a perfect pyramid.
What, you like 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5 are downhill?
No, it gets better and better up until 3, and then it gets worse and worse.
See, I didn't like 3. I would have put the top of the pyramid at 2.
I didn't like 3 on my first playthrough, then I played it through again the next day, and I liked it a lot better while I was skipping the cutscenes and just having a piss about with it.
I've tried to play it like 4 or 5 times, and every time I just don't like it.
We're looking at it as an overall, not the story or just the gameplay, right?
Yeah, you probably have to, I guess.
Well, 3 is the best one in the story department.
I don't
Not-
like the story in 3.
Not only because it's standalone, you don't need to play the other Metal Gear games
That's
to
true.
follow along.
That is true, though.
I did sort of
Wait.
lose the plot in 2 towards the end.
Yes,
That's intentional, though, I
Oh.
think.
Yeah.
the plot loses itself.
Where does Metal Gear Acid fit in? Because it's the only one I own. I've never played it.
That's
though.
like a weird
Acid is a weird
spin-off set in the
standalone thing.
future or something.
I just
No.
wanted multiple games on my PSP.
Acid is fun, though. I liked it.
Is it canon?
No.
No.
As it's not canon.
No.
That's a shame.
Card game, isn't it, if I remember right?
Is it the Chain of Memories of the Metal Gear series?
Next thing.
Yep.
Specs, you'd say something. Go on, taunt me with
I
something.
can do your bullshit segment. This has actually come up on a podcast before, just briefly. John Harvey Kellogg is what I like to
There
talk
you go.
about.
Damn it.
John Harvey Kellogg was the man who invented the Kellogg's cornflake, but he is not the man who is on the name of the Kellogg's cereal boxes. That was his brother, who I think was called William Kellogg. They made Kellogg's cornflakes by accident once because they left a load of flour out and it spoiled. So then they rolled it all out and baked it, and that became the first Kellogg's cornflakes. John Harvey Kellogg was a doctor and worked in a sanitarium where, because he was a Seventh-day Adventist, which is one of those slightly different Christian religions that sprung up in America, like sort of like if you think Jehovah's Witnesses, the Amish, things like that. Because he's a Seventh-day Adventist, or was a Seventh-day Adventist, he practiced sort of celibacy. He felt that passion was something that was sinful, and therefore a lot of the recipes he made for the patients at his sanitarium were designed to be as bland as possible so it wouldn't inflame their passions and cause them to masturbate. So that's how he came up with the Kellogg's cornflake. I just found this really interesting when I found out about it, that the Kellogg's cornflake was designed as an aid to dyspepsia, so heartburn, and masturbation.
Have
So-
we had this discussion before, Specs? Because I swear I've had this exact
He's
discussion with you.
obsessed with it, so yes.
So-
Maybe not on the podcast.
I've been into this for a little while.
It must have
so,
been when we
yeah.
were watching Game Center CX or something. It must have been.
I think so, yeah.
Because I
Does-
swear I've had this discussion with
So anyone else here have a spicy, incredibly spicy curry and then immediately feel the need to masturbate?
Well, the thing with me is, like, all I ever eat is dry toast and bran flakes, and I still speedrun Alone in the Dark every night.
Wow. Wow.
It's an oldie, but it's a goodie.
It's a goodie. You see, if Mitch were here, he would be talking about speedrunning Seaman.
With Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy.
Are they making a Seaman 2 now?
So I was told.
I swear it's been kickstarted. Catsman, have you got that game where you Google a thing and then we respond?
Okay, so the way this works is, it's called Are You Feeling Lucky, right? I'm going to say the start of a Google search query, and you have to tell me what the top things that Google recommends for that query are.
You get more points for
more obscure ones, so
I
further
think
down
is
the
how we
list.
do it.
More points for more obscure. Okay, so time for Are You Feeling Lucky, the Google game. You can answer in any order, by the way, but you only get
I guess
one.
we're going to each give an answer, and then you're going to give us a result.
Fingers on buzzards.
Fingers on buzzards. Hold on, I'm just going to write down all of your names so that I can keep a tally. Crystalis, Moogle, Shiny, Speckcross, and...
Fred.
Fred. The first thing, why are Sonics?
Arms blue.
Yeah, I was going to say it, but thanks, Specs. Why are Sonic's friends robots?
Why are
Or turned
Sonic
into robots, if
games
you will.
bad?
Good one.
Oh, that's a
Why
good one.
are Sonic's eyes connected?
Why are Sonics a hedgehog?
It's a good question also.
That's a really good one.
That's the sort of thing that a child would talk into
Exactly.
a fucking Google. So, why are Sonics? Then the top answer, which gets you minimum but a number of points. Why are Sonic's eyes connected?
Oh, are you kidding me? That's the top one.
That is the top fucking query. The next two are, why are Sonic's eyes green and why are Sonic's eyes blue?
I did think why are Sonic's eyes green after Shiny said connected. That's a big meme in the Sonic fanbase.
So, the next answer for 4 points. Why are Sonic's games so bad?
Nice.
Scoring
Good one, good one.
Crystalis 4 points.
Yeah. Wow.
The next two. Why are Sonic's fans autistic and why are Sonic's fans so weird? I mean, Google isn't supposed to shit talk people, but it hasn't
It really
learned
does.
how to not shit talk people yet. Why are Sonic's
God.
commercials so stupid? Why are Sonic booms illegal? Why are Sonic's onion rings sweet? And final, why are Sonic's toothbrushes better? Continuing on a theme! Why can't Sonic?
Breathe underwater.
Why can't Sonic fall in love?
Oh,
That's so sweet.
why can't Sonic?
Swim.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an obvious one.
Why
Sonic.
can't Sonic beat Eggman?
Marry Amy.
You already said breathe underwater, dude.
Yeah.
He did. I'll steal fucking Marry Amy, why not? Go on. It's not going to be on there, but I don't care.
No, I've given Happy Man Marry Amy because I
Yeah,
haven't
that's
revealed
alright
any
then.
results yet.
I'll take Breathe Underwater then. There you go.
Why can't Sonic? Top answer
Uh-oh.
is
What was
swim. So Crystalis gets a point. Why can't Sonic use Chaos Control? Why can't Sonic run so fast? He can.
I was
Why
going to say,
can't Sonic run fast? Two of them are why can't Sonic run fast?
they were probably playing whatever the Wii games were where you're running really slowly all the time.
Unleashed.
No, that wasn't the one.
Mario
it
and
was...
Sonic Olympic Games.
Secret Rings was one of them.
I like Secret
The
Rings
Mystic
and I
Knight or
like
something?
Black
Now
Knight.
look,
Black Knight.
Secret Rings was an attempt to fix what was wrong with Sonic. The problem was it was completely the wrong one.
I really liked it.
I appreciate the intent.
The controls were kind of iffy. I'm kind of glad they made it a little better in Black
Continue.
Knight.
It was Wii, wasn't it? The next one, why
It was.
can't Sonic breathe in space? Why can't Sonic talk?
Yeah.
What?
Wait,
But he
what?
can.
Classic
I
Sonic
know.
can't talk.
And finally, why can't Sonic screwdriver work on wood?
Oh, man.
It's Google, man.
I really had my hopes up for Marry Amy.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually.
I think it's more of a won't situation.
Is Solid Snake?
Big Boss.
Yay.
Dead.
Real.
I'll go for that. Is Solid Snake alive? Why not?
Flip the
So
fucking
I will
script.
now reveal the answers. Is Solid Snake dead? Number 1. So Happy Man gets a point.
Yep.
Is Solid Snake Big Boss? So Specs gets 2.
Yes.
Is Solid Snake a clone? Nobody got that one.
Hmm?
Is Solid Snake the bad guy? Nobody got that one. Is Solid Snake gay? So
Yes.
Moogle, that gets you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. The next answer is Solid Snake in MGS5.
I was gonna say that. I didn't say it. Damn it.
For 6 points, you could have said, is Solid Snake based on Snake Plissken?
Yes,
Damn
yes.
it.
Yeah.
I can't see how he wouldn't be.
He's also based on person whose name I can't remember from Terminator. Well, I can't remember
Is
his
his
name.
name Snake?
No.
No, well, his
His
John
art
Connor.
from Metal Gear 1 was
yes, I
based
know,
on
the
yeah,
cover art of MGS1 is
Yeah,
Kyle
yeah.
Reese.
Kyle Reese, yeah.
Is Solid Snake Venom Snake? And finally, is Solid Snake American?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what people want to know. So if you were Google, you'd have just done your job there.
Good job, guys.
Well done, everybody.
So we do have a
Pat on the
tie
back.
right now, so I'm going to give you one more. Dating games with.
Dating games
Dating-
with furries.
Dating games with anime girls.
Dating games with monsters.
Dating games with Frozen.
Dating games with Yuri on Ice.
No, you're all wrong.
Oh no.
The
No way.
answers are dating games with choices,
Oh.
dating games with kissing,
Oh.
dating games with One Direction. That's what the average user types into Google. Dating games with Justin Bieber,
Yes.
dating games with questions, dating games with levels, dating games with Zayn Malik. I don't know who that is.
He's from
He's
One
one of
Direction.
he's
Oh,
one of the One
right.
Direction.
Okay. Dating games with avatars and dating games with Sims.
I think we forget that normies want to play dating games too.
Evidently.
Only teenage girls want to play dating
And Mitch
games.
will never play a dating game ever again as a result. Because
Is it 'cause
normies
they-
play them.
They're too mainstream.
They're too mainstream for him now.
It's a tie. So the final scores. In joint last, we have Shiny and Fred with 1 point.
Damn it.
Hey.
In joint not last, we have Specs with 2.
Yay.
You and me, Crystalis.
And in joint victory, we have Crystalis and Moogle with 5, who
You and me, dude.
absolutely fucking wiped the
Wow.
floor.
GG.
Yeah, GG. Are we done with the segments?
I probably will remember something that I really wanted to complain about, but I don't remember it
Because
now.
I don't want to have the inevitable 45 minutes of entropy before we actually end the episode, so...
I like the 45 minutes of entropy. I
I
don't know what you're
don't.
talking about.
That's
We
where
should
the-
just shift
that's
the
where the
45 minutes of
best
entropy
chats-
into Game Center instead. Just watch that while we wind
So,
down.
here's an outro for you.